This season's sandbox has truly driven me insane, and as such it's time to complain about the game yet again. I want snipers to be the only special weapon that can one-shot people. This is because I think shotguns and fusions completely ruin all close-range fights. This goes alongside abilities, which Bungie have already admitted cause this problem. However, I believe special weapons are arguably more of it, considering it's more readily available. I also believe special weapons, such as shotguns and fusions, are the reason behind pushback towards the original checkmate special meter and triple melees. Back when using these special meter, shotguns were the absolute best special, as since people were using primaries and abilities were less potent, everyone then needed a shutdown tool for people in close range or people just being annoying, on top of the 5% damage buff making them far more consistent and killing from slightly further away. They also made triple melee feel awful, as you now had to hope your enemy didn't have special, as both the longer time to kills of primaries and melees made it so the guy running a shotgun had an almost guaranteed chance of winning the fight, so long as they actually had a special perk, which was incredibly annoying. Then, when the March update dropped, they became more of a problem as more people started using them, which as far as I can tell was mainly to deal with abilities again. You also began to spawn with special ammo again during this time, so people had returned to aping whenever someone was in close range. However, since we still had the special meter and normal time to kills, it wasn't as annoying as special was still limited, until the final shape introduced the 1-1-1 system, which made the problem a lot worse, as now special ammo was readily available from spawn and from bricks, giving bad players plenty of special to get insta-kills, and is when I feel aping fully came back, as Prismatic had an ability set almost entirely based around anti-close range in PvP, which could be hard countered with, surprisingly, shotguns and fusions. And since snipers were heavily nerfed at the time due to the flinch rework, shotguns and fusions became far more dominant in the meta. Then, this season they added closing time. Before this, the best perks for shotguns were threat detector / slide shot and opening shot. Whilst on fusions it was mainly perks that extended range and or aim assist. These were already a problem, as opening shot for example has and will always be an amazing perk, since it grants a large chunk of range and aim assist at neutral, and nerfing it in a way that actually matters would just kill the perk entirely, which Bungie seems to heavily dislike doing. And threat detector is basically just a better version of quick draw due to the handling scalar, and it can be found on most aggressive and precision shotguns, which are the two best archetypes. Closing time is a perk that then grants the benefits of quick draw and opening shot on the same perk, which, as a surprise to no one, obviously caused an insane amount of power creep, and this perk was added on basically every single fusion and shotgun added this season, which there are 3 precision shotguns with closing time, all 3 with incredibly high stats, and a third column perk that heavily benefits them being either Slideshot or Lone Wolf, which is another perk that increases aim assist. They also added a slug shotgun with closing time, which also has Lone Wolf, so that is also unsurprisingly the best slug shotgun in the game now, and they added 1 fusion for each archetype, and all of those have amazing third column perks. And they've reached a point now where I feel they are just too good, and now the only balanced specials in the game are snipers and maybe glaives, which kinda need some balancing themselves, just to a lesser extent, and they have a reworked already planned for Heresy, so we'll see what that brings. At the moment though, I feel with the combination of the pulse rate for sort of long range meta, overtuned abilities, and specials, I feel these are probably the main thing that's been irritating me when playing PvP since the final shape. And I just feel like making them no longer one-shot would probably be a healthy change for the future of the sandbox. They should obviously deal more damage than glaives, I feel, because otherwise glaives would just be the best special in the game. Something like 170 to 190 damage for shotguns, and I feel around the 180 to 200 range would be fine for fusions, since they have charge time. However, they should probably also only actually be able to charge up when a player is on screen. I feel making them deal decent damage still makes sense, as you'd be able to kill if you've damaged your target before using your special weapon, making them an actual defensive option, while still allowing for close range combat, without just letting people hard AP you or pull out a shotgun mid-fight in 0.3 seconds and killing you before you had the chance to do anything, due to both netcode and reaction times. Glaives would also just become more generally useful, as they'd have a mix of both shotgun and fusion rifles utility, but I imagine they need some sort of nerf in this scenario. The reason I feel it would be fine to make sniper rifles the only one-shot weapon still is because they're currently a pretty big risk to run. With everyone running longer range weapons, it's pretty easy to flinch them from the back of the map, for example. However, I do think they should maybe have another aim assist and or body shot damage enough to make them a proper risky weapon. And then the other specials kinda don't need changing too much, as special sidearms are garbage, traces are kinda just a non-issue, unless you're running some super niche build, which I guess could be dealt with if it comes up, and grenade launchers not one-shotting also makes them mostly fine. However, they could maybe use a blast radius nerf, or disruption break should be butchered from the game as it should have been originally, but yeah. But I'm just gonna end that there before I start rambling on about every special in existence. This has been annoying me too much and I just wanted to upload at least something. As I do have stuff I want to do, but most of that is complaining, and whilst I've started my State of the Game video script, which probably won't even get completed at the rate things are currently going, I don't want to just add to the misery party that the community is currently going through, as much as that would get me easy views. I'm mainly just waiting for next season to really do anything, as I feel things would probably be better then. As I feel currently PvP is just not that much fun to talk about, as there isn't really any too interesting guns this season, and of course the sandbox is just kind of annoying to play. So yeah, that's all. Adios, like, comment, sub if you enjoyed, and blah blah blah.